find the right city area. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is just to make things a little bit more exciting is I'm going to sort these alphabetically, which actually they really should be anyway.
Rob, can I tell you something?
What's that?
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I'm exceptionally excited now.
And why is that?
Because you sorted it not alphabetically. Because you sorted it alphabetically. I'm exceptionally excited.
Ah, excellent.
I'm just teasing you.
Now we'll see if it really works because, there's all the smoke and mirrors have been taken down. So the syntax here, and I hope that you guys can see this. When you start typing in a formula, Google kind of helps you out. I mean, not Google, Excel kind of helps you out. So VLOOKUP, I type equal VLOOKUP, and then I start the formula with open parentheses, and right below the formula bar, it tells me what the syntax is that's expected. Is that something that you're seeing, Glenn? Are you seeing that little help pop up with
sure.
lookup, and it says lookup value?
Yes.
Table array? Okay. So the lookup value, what I want to look up, the base value, is the word Ravenswood, which is in cell A2. So I'm going to click on Ravenswood, and then it says to give it the table array that you want to look up in, which is that source data, which is this whole list of Albany Park through Wicker Park and over to where the city data is, the city area data is, and that creates it symbolizes that in the formula bar as everything from H2 to J21 with a colon in between it.
So it's all three columns.
To the bottom right.
Got it. All three. It's the whole table. Got it.
And all I did was I just highlighted it with my mouse, and it automatically put that in there. So now I've done two things so far. I've told it what I want to look up, the word Ravenswood, and where I want to look it up. Now it's saying, what do you want to return? That's called the column index number. And in this case, I'm going to put in a 3. Glenn, can you see why I would put in a 3?
Well, because that would be the value in the third column, right? Mr. Rob? Hey, Rob, I can't hear you all of a sudden. This was the exciting part. I think you're choosing the number 3 because that's the value in the third column. I'm going to put you on pause and call you back because I can't hear you, but I'm going to put everything on pause and we'll see what's happening. Okay?
I was just calling you on the other line. Okay.
We're all set. So I lost you for a second, but now we're back, and I was saying that I think that you put the number 3 there because you want the value in the third column whenever VLOOKUP finds a match.
Exactly. So VLOOKUP function finds a match. I want it to return whatever's in the third column. So it's counting it. The first column is the neighborhood, the second one is the zip code, and the third is the city area. The reason why I included the zip code was to show you that you don't have to have just 2 columns. It can be part of a larger set of data, and the data that you want to return doesn't have to be immediately next to the one that you're looking up.
Got it.
So here we have the formula again. After the column index number is what's called the range lookup, and you have a decision whether you want to be approximate, which is putting in the word true, T-R-U-E, or if you want it to be exact, and that is the word false. So I'm going to put in the word false because if Ravenswood isn't in that list, I don't want it to just guess as to what the city area would be. I want to only return where there's an exact match.
Got it.
So there are times when you're working with numbers where an approximate match is fine. If you had a prioritized list of your best, your best CPAs, and you said, hey, look for this number in that list, and the logically, we want the exact match, and if it doesn't match, we want to know that it's trying to approximate.
And then you would just drag that down with the copy and paste, and it would look up every row, right?
Yeah, with one exception, I need to put the dollar signs in again.
Right.
Because the table that is over here on the right side,
it's static.
I get it. Never going to move. So if this moves down, I don't want to have it look at this data.
Yes, I get it.
You know. So then I'm going to expand it and let's see if it worked. So East Village should be City West, and sure enough it is. Lincoln Park, City North, and sure enough it is. And I'll try another one towards the bottom. Garfield Park, City South, and there it is.
Cool. This all takes a little while to master, but the end product is you could have organized 10,000 keywords with the exact township locations and put them in the exact right ad groups in no more than a minute or two.
Right.
Got it.
To show one more thing about how cool this is, you know, if for some reason the zip code was important to me instead, I could just switch it from
column
3 to column 2, and then I've got a whole different set of data.
Yep.
That's going right in there.
We're following you.
Yep.
We being me, but I'm thinking my audience is.
So that's pretty cool.
And what's the concatenate advanced tip?
Well, there's something that comes up from time to time that's a really advanced use of the concatenate function, and it deals with destination URLs. And I thought I'd go over it quickly, even though it's pretty much a lot to handle, I think. But if you get a basic idea and you get this file and you need to do this, you could just plug it in. I'll basically hand everyone who's listening to this a template so that they can do something like this. And large advertisers that have a proprietary backend very typically use destination URLs like I'm about to show you. So if I can zoom in a little bit here, we'll see these are now columns that describe ad data that could be updated right into AdWords Editor on the Ads tab instead of on the Keywords tab.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough there. So we have a similar set of...
But by the way, if anybody's not using AdWords Editor, it's a free download. And you want to just pull up AdWords Editor for a second and show them where these tabs are just so that, just real quick so people can see.
To go to AdWords Editor?
Just real quick if you pull it up so they can see which tabs you're talking about.
Okay.
Unless you have something...
Are you able to see that right now?
I am. Yeah. Oh, and you're actually looking at my alpaca thing. That's perfect. Okay. So he's just talking about if you click on the Ads tab, which is what he has clicked, you can actually take the data that he's working with and you can import the whole thing all at once right into this tab.
Right here